Jesus Christ. Nigga ugly as shit, huh?
Evidence that your online is either directly or indirectly tied to Mr. Murphy. To the contrary, it seems
Act silly for that.
this is a
I'm selling these motherfuckers $59.95.
Try. What's the word? Tribe is Jay LocZ, and I'm back outside with another reaction vibe. And today I'm gonna be covering Julio Foolio murder case. It's been a while since I actually covered this story, so let's check it out with shout out Academics for the content, man. Let's check this video out, Tribe.
Y'all for still hanging in there. Oh shit! Oh, look at this. All right, so first and foremost, the guys who are accused of murdering Julio Foolio, they have shown up to court, and the first thing they want to do is they want to have separate trials, okay? Now, I've told you the strategy behind having separate trials. Basically, you know, when people are trying to prove a conspiracy or a plot, you want to hopefully try to sever your trials to say, hey, you can't use what's proof against somebody else against me. When there's an idea of a conspiracy or something about a plot, murder for hire, racketeering, RICO, anything with, oh, y'all conspired to kill someone, it's beneficial that all y'all are co-defendants, that we could say, well, the reason why you got the rope is because he told you to get the rope, and y'all had a meeting earlier in the day with all four of y'all, and then the other guy gave you the money to get the rope. So you need to include everybody because there's a plot to kill somebody and people take steps to do the killing. Part of conspiracy is a little bit of premeditation. Remember, when it comes to murder, murder could be 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. It could not be life. Usually what makes murder life is premeditation. You guys plotted this. You guys did this in cold blood. You guys are orchestrated cold-blooded murderers.
Killers. And
this is why you want to like try to dismiss anything about premeditation. Oh, we didn't plan this. Oh, no, we didn't. We weren't here to do that. Hey,
it just
happened. The girlfriend say, hey, we were just on a vacation. We weren't here for a murder. That's the whole thing.
On a vacation, it's crazy.
Oh my God.
What? And one of the popular things is let's get separate trials and everybody be co-defendants. Because in co-defendants, they're going to link all of you guys together, leverage evidence against one person against the other. And the way to try to avoid it is try to ask for separate trials, because you're going to say their actions got nothing to do with me.
Where do we see that? He blew bubble gum and popped the made the little noise. I ain't popped. When I blew my bubble, I ain't make no pop.
We see that in Dirk's trial. You know, Dirk's co-defendants want separate trials, but it's not because they want to tell on Dirk. It's because they're trying to say, hey, y'all want to use the fact y'all charge us for murder for hire. Well, if y'all said that Dirk is the person who is the hirer, if we separate our case from him, how could you charge us for murder for hire if no one hired us?
See, I blew a bubble, but I ain't make the little popping noise. Dirk did, quote unquote. That's what y'all say. Shit, don't put me in that shit. That's basically what he's saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because our whole case is going to be, why didn't you charge a nigga who hired us? So the government always never want to sever cases, but severing cases helps the defendants.
It always boils down to yourself.
This
Julio, you commit them crimes and shit with a multiple people, you going to stand 10 by yourself at the end, or you going to fold.
Julio situation, there are a couple people who are interested parties. So we have the girl, Alicia Andrews. She's already cooperating.
I think she's in jail
sort
already,
of cooperating, but she did beat her manslaughter or beat her murder case. She got like manslaughter, like basically the
she beat it.
Judicial system seeing her as, you know, guilty of some stuff, but not complicit in the plot, which is important. It doesn't look like she did take the stand, but it doesn't look like she is completely cooperating, because she was just like, I didn't know. And people bought that. She has a nice, pretty, cute face, and she was like, I don't know. So cool.
Straight up, I ain't even see that.
There's Alicia Andrews. Her boyfriend name is Chance.
Gotta check that out. She got off.
Isaiah Chance. Then we have Davion and I forgot the other guy. Davion Murphy and Rashad Murphy. And there's Sean Gathright. And what they all did was submit entrances for separate trials, hopefully to get their trials separated from the people who they were supposedly with or talking to that night. Listen to this.
Sean Gathright and Rashad Murphy, correct?
Yes, Judge.
And I did not, was there one filed by Davian Murphy, a separate one, or did you all just incorporate all of the other motions?
Because we would adopt the motion to sever, but
Okay.
I did not file a separate motion.
Okay, very good.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Yes.
Judge, would the court allow us to be heard, or do you think it's prudent for us to be heard just briefly on scheduling?
Sure. Yeah.
Judge, I truly appreciate Ms. Doherty's ability to corral all of these things and provide us with an anticipated schedule. There are just a couple of things that I wanted to bring to the court's attention for your consideration. And that is that
Man, I know he's sitting there like, bro.
there appear to be, in addition to the motions for severance today, some other motions that might have some anticipatory ability to be heard. And as it relates to number 5, which is the state's motion in limine for pretrial ruling regarding admissibility of evidence. It's set forth in Mr. Gathright's style, but I think that it dovetails and it has application potentially to other defendants. And when I look at the additional schedule, the court is going to note that, again, pursuant to the schedule, Rashad Murphy, which would have been Friday morning, but now won't be Friday morning, number 10, is a motion in limine and a Daubert challenge, opinion testimony regarding gang war, hearsay-based gang intelligence, and uncharged and unsolved acts of violence. I believe that those two motions should be heard in conjunction with each other. I think it makes a whole lot of sense from a
Don't lawyers
redundancy.
be saying a lot of. It sounds like they be saying a lot of stuff, but it all come down to just one little thing. Like
Standpoint and a thoroughness standpoint. So I would be suggesting to the court that if we do get to other motions today, that it not be number 5, and that that either, unless the state has a particular objection or wants to be heard on it, that whenever we now get to when the next time frame will be after Friday for motion number 10, that we hear motion number 5 at that time. So that is my first.
mine, boy. Why I say y'all try any young YNs or even just humans, period, bro. Me too, talking to myself, man. We gotta think twice before we go out there and cut up, man, and do whatever, allegedly, you hear me? Because once some people get their hands on you, your ass cooked, bro. I ain't gonna lie, not every time, but majority of the time,
Observation or request. The second might be.
they gonna get you with
that,
something.
as
Some
the
type
court
of
is
money out of
aware,
you or something.
My second phase counsel was not able to be here today, will not be able to be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, if everything goes as the schedule might
Caught up in the
anticipate,
heat of the moment.
it appears
I know how it
that
go.
in the afternoon, there would be all of the state's penalty phase motions in limine, as well as all of the other second phase motions.
Right.
An abundance of them, although we all know that those normally don't take
Right.
hours and hours and hours worth of argument. But bringing it to the court's attention that Mr. Hernandez will not be here tomorrow, I can tell the court I'm certainly not.
Look, he got the same look. You can't tell me he got the same look. You hear me? At the end of the day, motherfucker want to go home, bro. I ain't gonna lie
Prepared
to you.
and not in a position with my other obligations to
Gotta be solid though,
argue
don't fold.
the Rashad Murphy penalty phase motions, and whether or not either Mr. Hernandez can do those separately at a time available to the court.
Well, I think we already set Tuesday.
Okay, and that's, again, presuming the schedule, flows, and obviously we don't have Friday as well. Also, the one thing I would ask the court, if tomorrow we do get to the state's motions in limine, that Mr. Hernandez be able to, although the motions might have already been heard, be able to add or argue as it relates to those motions in limine separately at the time set for Mr. Murphy's second phase motions.
Okay. Right. So I hear you. I think that makes sense as far as scheduling goes. So my plan is today
He like the main face of the case.
hear the motions
Every time I talk about Foolio, I see his face. Every time.
to sever and at least begin to discuss the parameters of the gang evidence.
He got that same look. I ain't lying. So. Motherfucker wanna go home, bro. I don't even wanna tell you.
And how much of it is coming in, if any. And then what I was going to have you all do on Friday, since we don't have court, was get together and see if what you're in agreement on the penalty phase motion. So my experience with the penalty phase motions, oftentimes there's a fair amount of agreement between the state and the defense. And then that way,
Somebody in the comments say,
we can really
"Why you finna fall
streamline
asleep?"
what penalty phase motions really need to be litigated. Okay?
I'll pass that on to Mr. Hernandez, Judge.
Yes. So.
That's her old boy. I remember seeing him come out the house on the video with an old girl. I think that's her boyfriend right there. He got the same look.
That would be as to all the defendants, just to get with the state and see what you all can agree upon, and then whatever
Lawyer, though. Who
cannot
is
be
that?
agreed upon, I will hear Tuesday. All right? Okay. So, as I indicated, there are the three motions. Do you all have any preference in light of Mr. Sonardi's, even though he doesn't have a motion per se? Apparently, he's adopted yours, Mr. Gonzalez, correct?
That is correct, Ron.
Okay, so do you want to go first?
Judge, without objection from co-counsel, it probably would be appropriate for me to go first.
Any objection? Okay.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. You may proceed.
Judge, what I anticipate doing this afternoon with the court's approval is I'm going to argue my motion for severance or in the alternative, and then I would ask the court to allow me to hear the state's response and arguments to the motion, then allowing me rebuttal.
Sure.
And so to that extent, Judge, essentially, we have filed, and certainly I think this motion dovetails with other co-defendants in many respects, a motion for severance. The state has listed as inextricably intertwined.
Jesus Christ. Nigga ugly as shit, huh?
Evidence that in my mind is
Man,
either
I'm saying
directly
that
or
nigga say
indirectly tied to Mr. Murphy. To the contrary, it seems
Act silly
that
for that.
this is a documentary of a
You
large
say good,
amount
ugly as
of
fuck,
pre-act
Man, Mary go home.
evidence
Fuck what you talking
that
about.
utilizes a lot of inference in order to be called purported evidentiary connections. Essentially, the state's introducing and linking co-defendants to
Somebody
prior
in the chat
bad
said it
acts
like you,
in
Troop,
support
yes.
of a group narrative theory.
All right, man. Tell them niggas rest in piss, man. I ain't got time for them niggas, man. Like, yo, ain't no trials getting separated. All y'all niggas in the car. Y'all all co-defense. Fuck out of here.
You heard me,
The
because
next
the
thing
lawyer
is,
said a
what's
bunch
the
of
next bullshit
nothing,
they trying to do?
bro. That's right.
Let's suppress evidence. No, you stupid ass niggas. Like, there's certain evidence in the fucking thing. Rashad or whatever is Davion Murphy or whatever. Like, one of these stupid ass niggas after they were arrested is not Davion, is Rashad Murphy. Basically, the judge basically not the judge, the defense attorney basically said, "Yo, after we locked this nigga up and we brought him to the interrogation room, we walked out the room. The nigga was on some shit like fuck. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're an idiot. You're going to jail. All right,
Bro,
come on. Like, it's over.
You lying, bro. You niggas crazy.
What? Waived his Miranda.
In the interrogation
rights.
room, though?
Detective Dravick exploited it.
He already looked like he out of it, man. Look like, right?
I told you.
Detective
He got that look.
Murphy, Julio, and let me see if I could get essentially the dude.
That's crazy, bro.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So, detective in Foolio's case, Detective Foolio interrogation. Like, basically, the detective testified, like, as soon as they walked out the room, the stupid ass nigga was like, look,
Julio Foolio. Let's start from there.
All right, I ain't gonna lie, they were definitely trolls. So
That's dumb, boy. You know they recording everything. In
I know
the
what I'm talking
rooms,
about,
boy.
man. He testified. Here we go. Nah, it's testified one of them. It's one of the niggas is Andrews.
Boy, Foolio was decent with that rapping shit when he wanted to be, though. I
I
ain't
think
gonna lie.
is this nigga.
And it's crazy because the rap game been dead on that side ever since. I ain't gonna say dead. Shout out to his rivals and shit like that and other orders in Jacksonville. But you got to keep it real, though. Ever since they did that to
Nigga said he
Julio
interviewed
shit.
one of them.
It ain't been the same. Just like in Chicago with the drill music, bro. King Von duck them and shit. It's more fun when they stay alive and just threaten each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? But actually,
Yeah, I know
like,
what I'm talking about. I know y'all know what I'm talking about.
it take away the fun and shit. The fun over with, but that's the whole point, though. It's a war, you hear me? It's like motherfuckers really don't want to see them take each other out. It's like they do, but then they don't. And then the person who take the other person out, they always end up wrong. Oh, you such and such. That what y'all cheering on,
The
though.
nigga basically was like,
You know?
they said, what'd you see?
Detective Ramos.
And talk to Rashad.
She been in court.
Oh, yeah.
And when is it that she
Minute ago.
admit
Here.
or upset? Also asked, she ever hear what of back there wouldn't be video footage and that.
I think this is a nigga, though.
There was a question about, yes, she did say, I didn't talk to Rashad's girlfriend. And then my response to that was, how do you know?
No, it's Murphy.
Nigga, I could type his
Why
ass,
can't I
though.
find
I
this
can't
shit?
even type like that.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking
I
about.
wish I could.
It's
I know how to
basically
type
like,
my name without looking hella fast.
is it Davion or Rashad?
Faster than you could type your name, for sure.
Ramos Davion.
Bet you can't type
He
your
basically
name faster
admitted
than me. Do it in the comment.
That the
Nickname,
stupid ass
your-
nigga.
Your profile
when they-
name. Code. Tell me how long it took.
No,
Was allowed into the Airbnb, correct? Sorry, publishing
predominantly bring on in
Yeah, I can't find it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Basically, he
Find
admitted,
it.
he was just like, yeah, when we went to interview the nigga, he basically, like, we left him alone. Is it this?
Able to observe the video that was
Right.
linked to the room in live time, like in real time.
Look at this.
yes.
And what, after you exited the interview room, did Davion do, if anything?
He does do something, and it may be more appropriate if I physically demonstrate it, if it's okay.
Okay.
He puts out his arms like this, and it appears that he's brandishing a rifle with one hand extended and one, what I would consider the trigger finger. He starts walking around the interview room after he gets out of his seat, and this is after Detective Nieder and I had left, and he's holding it like this in front of him, and then he starts going, and then he walks around.
Guilty, man. Fuck all that shit, man. We ain't got time for yeah. All right, bro, we ain't got time for all this bullshit. Bro, guilty, my nigga. Like, stop playing, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
he
dog,
cooked. Like, why the fuck
you in
would
the
you do that?
interrogation room, they step out for 2 seconds, you like, bloop, bloop, bloop. Like, stop it, bro. Like, guilty, bro. Like, we ain't got time for this, man.
In
Like, stop.
live time, like in real time.
Ain't
Yes.
no way.
And what, after you exited the interview room, did Davion do, if anything?
He does do something, and it may be more appropriate.
He
if
must
I-
want to go to jail to get some free sandwiches or something, or the little tray or something. It must be like, bro, what you on, bro?
physically
Why would you do that
demonstrate it,
dirty?
if it's okay.
Okay.
He puts out his arms like this, and it appears that he's brandishing a rifle
Nah.
with one hand extended and one,
Never did
what I
he
would
do
consider
that,
the trigger finger.
Nah.
He
hear
starts
me?
walking around the interview room after he gets out of his seat, and this is after Detective Nieder and I had left, and he's holding it like this in front of him, and then he starts going, and then he walks around, and then he does it again.
It's
And,
crazy, 2 times.
Able to observe the video that was
Man, enough is fucking enough, man. Okay.
Nah, bro.
Detective Ramos, you were at.
All right. So, pretty much
This shit
that's like
crazy.
one of the things, and You know, they're trying to get the trials severed. No one's severing the trials. Y'all are all homies. It's clear that there's an established, relationship, that y'all all came here together, and it feel like y'all all were involved in a crime. Y'all are co-defendants. That's it. Nobody gives a fuck. Fuck you and fuck what y'all got going on. Straight up. Okay? So that's, they're not going to get a separate trial, or they're going to sever their trials. You see with Dirk, like, to compare it to Dirk could be like, well, I didn't know they were doing that. I didn't tell nobody I was doing that. Yeah, of course, I didn't fuck with Quando, but like, or I didn't fuck with Quando and Lil Pop, but like, I never, nobody who liked Vaughn didn't fuck with him. Didn't mean that I went to Los Angeles to kill him. I went there to do a podcast. So he has a reasonable expectation that maybe they could sever the trial. And also, like, Didi or whoever else has a reasonable expectation they might sever the trial. These motherfuckers, the only reason why y'all went to Tampa is because of one fucking reason. There's no other possible thing. There's nobody famous. Y'all not doing a podcast. Y'all went there to go kill the guy. That's it.
Nigga act me on that, man. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So,
oh my God. This nigga
that kind of happened.
Heartbeat. We went there to do what?
He needs some milk.
Tripping.
That happened for sure.
You talking about for sure.
And let me see what else.
Man, okay. That's crazy.
So
bro.
There's not going to be a severed trial, and then the next thing is suppressing evidence. Now, you want to hear what they're trying to suppress, chat? This is going to sound so fucking stupid. Like, these niggas are like nincompoops. Like, these guys are retarded, bro. Just listen to what they're trying to suppress. They're trying to suppress, like, them self-snitching on each other or saying shit. They're like, oh, well,
he leveraged.
Didn't one guy say he wants an attorney? Why did you still keep questioning him? Completely fine and legit, and those things might get, like, not admitted. But these guys are caught on fucking Tesla camera. It's not like those things are getting taken out. It's like them telling on themselves they're trying to get taken out, right?
That refusal.
Bro, look, this guy's off K2 or some shit.
And essentially he fostered trust in a subversive manner. I'm sure the state's going to suggest, and certainly the court has heard in the past, well, the government or police officers, detective can use lies. They can use methods in order to seek a statement. But in this particular case, it rises to the level of egregiousness based on the prior invocation, based on the differences and the way that Mr. Murphy perceived the advisements and the statements given to him by Detective Ramos versus the
what is this thing?
The type of atmosphere that Detective Drabeck
that he did invoke for his right to request an
attorney. So the idea is that these stupid ass niggas go into the detective room.
What's wrong?
You know what they
with
do?
You at?
One of these fucktards actually they actually allow the cops to take mad pictures of their tattoos. They're explaining the tattoos. The cops are trying to create like this pattern of, hey, y'all are in a gang and y'all gang is anti the gang that y'all wanted to kill the guy for. So like, if you keep clicking in here, you'll notice this fucking retarded nigga. They bring him into the shit.
No,
okay.
187.
And this stupid ass nigga takes his shirt off and he's like, hey, I'll explain all the tattoos on my arm. Like, they're a fucking tattoo artist or like fucking trying to like see what it's a Picasso. No, dummy. They're trying to prove that you have tattoos that belong to a gang, and the gang that you belong to have incentive and a reason to go kill these people. And in Florida, when you do killings like that involve a gang and other motive, they could put you to death. So this stupid ass nigga stays here and doesn't refuse. He's telling them all type of shit.
I be going in, bro. You know what's crazy? He ain't even no street dude. He what you call a civilian. He be talking crazy about it. He like
what's 490?
Charleston White.
They're asking him, what does tattoo mean? He's just talking up at the storm. That's what they want to fucking suppress. You want to suppress a fucking idiot who basically tells the government all about his tattoos and gang affiliations, that when they're now trying to connect his murder that he supposedly did to some gang, you're like, oh, well, he shouldn't have said that. It's a fucking idiot.
There's no 90-minute time.
Dude be tripping, dog. For real.
They take pictures of the shit.
Bags. Where's the free
Be on one, bro. I
tattoo at?
think I be tripping, bro. You tweaking.
I don't know, fool. I don't know who that is. Case bag. Oh, man.
Well, you know who the fuck on your skin.
Is that like a Celtic thing?
No, saying something. I just remixed it in my own way. Be different.
Okay.
Now, of course, in his opinion, he's trying to mix them, but
All correctly, I would have just
Traveling in tandem at some of these readers, license plate readers. Yeah.
now the idea of this, like, you know, suppression hearing is basically saying, hey, didn't they say they wanted a lawyer? Why did you keep talking to them? Right?
Right.
Like, for example,
about the search warrant.
Yes.
And so you kind of used a fellow officer type of situation in this regard. You were working with Detective Carter as a fellow law enforcement officer from another jurisdiction, and you had made a determination that you wanted to search his phone, correct?
Yeah, it's a co-affiant search warrant. I was working with Carter, correct?
Okay. And certainly Detective Carter wouldn't have had any information about any of the evidentiary backdrop or the probable cause for the search warrant. That would have been supplied by you.
So just to, I'm just kind of give you a little bit more detail. So essentially, these police officers are Jacksonville police officers, right? And essentially, they're saying that at first, these guys weren't taken into custody in Tampa. Remember, the crime got committed in Tampa, but they were taken into custody in Jacksonville. So before they get to Jacksonville, because they got to get extradited, even technically, even though it's just, you know, within the same state, they get arrested in Jacksonville. Remember, Jacksonville doesn't have a murder case against them. It's Tampa. So supposedly they're talking to these guys and whatever, and they kind of say, hey, we don't want to talk, this and third. But they're kind of sweetening them up like, hey, listen, I don't know what Tampa got with y'all. Like, yo, you know, shit, if we had some shit, we'd have told y'all. Like, y'all ain't do nothing here. You know, you don't got to be like mad, like, you know, suspicious. Like, we don't got nothing against you. Like, hey, we have no case against you.
Don't trust the police. Don't trust them, especially when you get in that room. Shut the fuck up. You hear me? If you don't be quiet, try to be cooked.
And what's being suppressed, or the attempt at being suppressed, is it doesn't matter if y'all had a case against him. If y'all use anything against him after he says he doesn't want to talk, that's a problem. So supposedly they do things, take pictures, or they say things or ask questions as Jacksonville police when they're supposed to just lock them up and say, we're extraditing you, or we're going to put you in holding until you get extradited to Tampa. But of course, you know, obviously they're trying to do their, you know, do extra job and trying to figure out what's what. And that's what people are saying, yo, y'all are doing too much.
I wouldn't agree to that. We spoke about, you know, I briefed her on what we had on the case at that point, and so she had some knowledge going into the interview of what was going on, and then obviously she's developing new information with her interview with Charmaine Steiger, so we're working together as a team.
So the part of it that she would have direct knowledge about would be what happened with that vehicle once it got to Gwinnett County.
Correct.
Essentially, the portion of the affidavit all the way up to that point, which is toward the end, would have been information you developed in the investigation prior to that.
Yes.
Okay, so, you know, these guys in Jacksonville, they don't have the case. And they want all that suppressed so that Jacksonville detectives don't have anything to use or to give to the Tampa officials that they can use.
Okay. For the manipulation conversation.
I wanted to take photographs of your tattoos, and he responded with facts for sure, and then undressed himself, giving consent to photograph his body.
Facts for sure. What does that mean?
So they're trying to say, hey, you shouldn't have took pictures of his tattoo at all. So apparently when a dude goes in there, he acts like, hey, I don't get no lawyer, nothing like that. And that alone eliminates anything lawful that the police officers could do.
Right.
Because he's asking for, you know, legal representation. And they kind of like trying to, like, you know, make him feel comfortable by saying, yo, bro, we don't got nothing against you, bro. We don't have a fucking case, nothing like that. We're just trying to process you, and hopefully if it's nothing, because they're acting like they don't know what's going on, if it's nothing, you'll be out of here soon. Obviously, you're not going to be out of there. There's a murder warrant that's coming out of Tampa. But they're basically saying because we don't have the fucking warrant or whatever, bro, just letting you know you don't have to be claiming all this, oh, my rights shit, because we don't have anything against you. But they're trying to use shit against him. Hey, we got pictures of your tattoos. We asked you this question. And that's what is now being attempted to be suppressed, to say, because y'all were being sketchy with him, y'all can't use none of that, including pictures of tattoos. Now the pictures of tattoos are going to go towards, this guy's in a gang.
Yeah.
He has gang tattoos that shows that he's a rival of Foolio, whatever.
Facts for sure, it would be like a yes. Like, and then with the fact that he took his jacket off, mean that he was allowing me to photograph him.
Oh, really?
Didn't he ask you before he started unzipping his jacket, don't you have these photographs from DOC? Did you already have these photographs? And you had no, they didn't have them.
And I answered that our jail did not have photographs of his tattoos.
Okay. So at your direction, Mr. Murphy, Davion Murphy, begins to unzip his jacket.
No, ma'am.
Agreed?
I
No?
would not agree with you. I didn't tell him to take his jacket off.
Stop the cap.
Would you agree that he's in a confined interrogation room, right?
Correct.
With yourself and Detective Dreback, right?
That right there is Detective Matthew Jones. That's not Drebeck, but yes, ma'am. He was at one point.
Thank you for that correction. He's in a small
You gotta be right about
space,
something,
right?
huh?
Yes,
With
reasonable.
two detectives.
Yes.
He's just been, and during that interview, would you agree with me that Mr. Murphy, Davion Murphy, indicates to you that he's been drinking and smoking marijuana really the entirety of that day?
I don't recall what he said his plans were that day, what he did that day.
All right, fair enough. Would you agree?
Now, remember what I told y'all about pretrial? Pretrial is where you want to eliminate all the things. Like pretrial, you set the rules of engagement, right? So if it's allowed that they could say, well, we took these pictures of him and these pictures show him having these tattoos, they could bring on a tattoo expert that says, hey, listen, well, people that have these tattoos are aligned with this gang. And if they're aligned with this gang, their opposition is this other gang. And the prosecutor is then going to combine that person saying that to say, well, we could prove that these guys had motive because that was their opposition. So they want to throw out all of that, right? Yo, you shouldn't have took pictures of our client.
All right. And it's crazy the detective saying he don't remember nothing, but if the shoe was on the other foot, he remember everything that went on.
With me.
His ass in the hot chair right now.
That he really
Nah,
didn't
you
have
don't
much of
remember
a choice, if that's what you're...
People keep saying retrial. No, so everybody's on trial when it comes to this case, except Alicia Andrews, who went to trial first, and she was convicted, but only of manslaughter, not actually murder. These other guys, so we have Davion
So she was convicted
and
of
Rashad Andrews. They are considered shooters, along with Sean Gathright, but Isaiah Chance, which is the boyfriend of Shorty, what's her name is again? Her name's Alicia Andrews. He's considered as well a part of the plot, which means he would be guilty and culpable of murder as well.
indicating to the court is that he agreed or he consented to these photographs?
No, I wouldn't agree with you on that.
All right, so let's kind of play the remainder of this, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm at 2:01:53 seconds.
Oh, okay. So
yes, ma'am.
So they take pictures of the guy, and now they're questioning the guy like, "Hey, did you get these by law?"
Dude in the chat look like Slim Shady.
Awful means.
Davion Murphy had any tattoos below his waist?
That, like I said, we don't photograph in those areas. We only photograph the body.
Slim
So
Shady. Are you
below
other
his
Slim
waist
Shady or just
would
the
have been
tape?
photographed either by Jacksonville at the detention facility
They don't
or
need a
in
photo.
Tampa regarding potential gang affiliated tattoos. You don't.
So again, you know, the first step, and if you're defending someone, even if he's guilty, You're defending him against, murder charges. Your thing is to try to make it seem like this person had no reason to kill him. So you got to think about the prosecution strategy. They're going to say, hey, these guys were ops. Isaiah Chance, he was in a group that was associated with people that wanted to kill Foolio. Foolio didn't like him or his group, and that's what you're going to do. And they're trying to kind of rip everything apart by saying, no, that's not true. No, we weren't rivals at all.
You would not.
His lower half would not be photographed by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
Now, remember, he's a Jacksonville detective, and then he would get he would go through the intake process and get photographed by the Jacksonville, that county intake process until he was extradited. That he would get sent over to Tampa, and then Tampa detectives would be able to, have a go at him.
What if there was gang tattoos that were affiliated with the tattoos that you had taken?
That's not, our jail doesn't photograph below the waist. It's your body, your neck, your face, and your arms.
What if the individual did have any tattoos above the waist and had tattoos that were affiliated with the gang below?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know how to answer that because that's
okay.
Not what
So they just keep trying to bring stuff up.
And because you did not attempt to or believe that Mr. Murphy consented to any photographing of below the waist or check with.
Okay, so they want these tattoos tossed out, right?
You with defendant Sean Gathwright's grandmother.
Correct.
She said, so did
And
you
based
get
on
any
that
tells
information, did
Now this is this guy's lawyer right here. Remember this guy?
Receive any
Yo,
information
who's cutting these guys' hair? Like, he got a nice, decent hairline and shit like that. Like, yo, I feel like his hairline's better than mine. He locked up. What the fuck?
about any sort of other vehicle that was now at play in your investigation?
Yes.
What was that?
A gold 4Runner. I was told that Sean Gathright arrived to his grandmother's house, swapped out things that were in the black Impala, put them into a gold 4Runner, and left in that
They cut hair in jail as a job? Word?
Yeah, right.
Did you have any information as to where to set up
They send you data. They went back at least as far as May 12th of 20.
Related or gang motivated crimes?
It's kind of for backups done during that period.
Is there any way for you to
to certain dates?
Okay.
in a way
I'm going to
that
kind of skip past all of this, honestly. So, essentially, it's going to be a fool's mission. They're trying to toss out all the, possible relevant evidence, but the ones that they can toss out are the ones that are irrefutable. They're trying to toss out evidence that proves that they're there because you know why? They can't toss out the evidence of them doing a crime because they're in fucking 4K. So if they're caught on a Tesla camera, they can't fuck with that. Their phones are triangulated to the area. They can't fuck with that. They're caught on a surveillance video for, was it a home tour or was it the Holiday Inn? They can't fuck with that. What they want to say is that, hey, how do you know from the get-go it was us that even went down there? Which is so stupid because it's come on. Y'all were sloppy already. Y'all got an Airbnb. Y'all was supposed to all enter from the back door because y'all claimed that there was a camera in the front door by the doorbell. And over time, based on the girl probably acting up and her and her boyfriend, whatever, y'all ended up walking through the front door. So y'all are caught on the front door camera. But at first, y'all was keeping it clean. The point is that y'all didn't keep an anonymous trail, and this is why y'all are going to get prosecuted. So y'all trying to get this and that dismissed, but there's overwhelming evidence. It's one of those cases where there's so much evidence. You would actually have to be innocent to be found innocent. Now, here's the thing. Not because you're guilty means you're going to get life or whatever. I think there's still a lot of room to wiggle to be like, hey, listen, I'm going to take the strategy of, especially Isaiah Chance. His girl just took the strategy of, I'm not saying I wasn't there. I'm just saying I ain't know about no murder. And all the murder shit, I ain't had nothing to do with. There's 3 people that were the gunmen. One is supposedly the light-skinned nigga with the fucking haircut that I was telling you about.
The haircut is crazy.
It's Isaiah, Sean Gathright. I don't know, he's somewhere.
You sure you trying to find dude haircut, bro?
So these guys in court now, they're all the shooters.
That gets.
Okay, I can't find
So
it.
there's only 3 shooters, like
Also
4 in
mentioned
there,
that,
though.
evidence is.
Okay, I can't find it, but like, this guy. So he's the youngest, and he's one of the shooters. Both of the guys who are Andrews, they're shooters too. The one who's not a shooter, but he's supposedly in with the plot, is Isaiah Chance, which is the boyfriend of Alicia Andrews. If I'm him, I would just be like, yo, they told me this was a free party. They told me we're going to get lit. They told me they were going to pay for shit. I was just rolling along. So you got to play innocent and dumb. And kind of in a way just snitch on the other guys, even though not really, but just by playing dumb to say, oh, no, all he told me, you make it their idea, not yours.
That's
Oh,
what it boiled
no,
down
he told
to
me
with
that,
these
yo,
guys,
it was going
man.
to be a lit party and that we're going to be doing X, Y, and Z. So I went with him and he told me, bring my phone. He told me, because the story goes, they use Isaiah Chance's girlfriend, Alicia Andrews' phone. She doesn't know who's being called. He's not necessarily doing the talking on there. It's this Rashad Murphy nigga and Davion Murphy who's talking on his phone. All he got to do is act like he's a girl. Like, oh, I didn't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. They took my phone. I was just there because they said there was going to be mad liquor, mad bitches, and I wanted to impress my girl. So I got my girl with me. I gave them my phone, and I'm just a bystander. Cap. But, yeah, they'd be like, well, what about you going to, you hopped out of the car and walked around the club like you were staking it out.
Oh, that was him,
Well, y'all believed her when she said she ain't know? I ain't know either. I was just walking with her because she said she wanted to party. She's like, yo, listen, I'm a young man. I got with a girl. She loves to party. I got to bring her to a club. Typical bullshit, chat. Typical.
You know what type of time you would be on at.
We'll see. We will see. Chat, I am going to call it today. We're at
All right, W video, man. W video. I just wanted to get a little update on the case, man. Let Act do all the talking, you feel me? Shout out to, yeah, you hear me? It's a vibe. We outside, tribe. We're going to see I'm going to try to keep up on this video and see what's going on in the near future. But like I say, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Shout out to Act, man, for coming with the content. And just make sure y'all come back for me, tribe. You hear me?
Hey, come back.
I'm gonna be a big ass movie star off that shit. Look, nigga, I told you to stop showing the fucking tape. And why you keep on bitching about my tape, man?